Okay, I think I'm live. I don't know. This is my very, very first time I have gone live on my YouTube channel. So, as always, I have a few apologies to make first. Uh, Sometimes my laptop is very compliant and it's quiet, but there's something going on with the hard drive. It's very, very old and it might actually be too loud. And again, background crazy, crazy. I am filming in my bedroom and I am a very private person. And people often wonder at that. How can you be private if you're always on YouTube? I don't know how to explain it. And I do have a bird, so that's going to interfere. So, as you guys may or may not know, I am blind. You can check that out on different parts of my channel. Um, I got married in September 2019. I was only able to be with my husband 4 months before I had to come back home because I had health issues and paperwork and all of that fun stuff. So, I have to say, so we've actually been apart for just a little over a year now, and it has been very challenging. Very, very challenging. There's been a lot of hard issues that have come up. One of our most recent updates, if you follow me on my Facebook page, again, same title, Your Canadian Blind Girl, you will see on there that we actually lost the house that we were renting in the Philippines. This has been a hard year for everyone, and we are not an exception to that. So, yeah, we've had to deal with that. So, technically, my husband is homeless. So, right now, he is trying to figure out staying out of a room at a place. So, yeah. Um, since being apart, there hasn't been a lot of opportunities for different things. uh, things like that. So today, it's Valentine's Day. You probably all know that. And, a lot of times in the blind groups, especially around Valentine's Day, people are very frustrated sometimes because they feel like maybe there's not someone for them and they don't like being alone on Valentine's Day. Well, sometimes it ain't any better when you're married. Okay, because I'm married and I'm still celebrating Valentine's alone. And you may say, well, that's different. It doesn't count. You know what? I can guarantee you from the other side is actually a lot harder being married and being apart, So, anyways, and never lose hope. There's always that perfect person for you. Never, ever, ever, ever settle. All right. So, I'm going to actually share something, a surprise that my husband did for me today. And, since we've been apart, like I said, it's been just a little over a year. I have not received a letter or a card or anything like that. And, that can really affect your personal feelings and emotions. It can make you feel very alone and unloved and, stuff like that. So, anyways, my husband orchestrated a plan, coordinated a plan with my mom and one of my siblings. So January was my husband's birthday, and we can't be together and celebrate with him. So everyone in my family said that they were going to. Oh, I got a comment. This is my first time doing live. If I miss your comment, I was not intentional. Selena, thank you so much for watching. I think that's amazing. Thank you so much. It's so cool. I'm sorry, I geek out on Facebook Live too. I'm more used to doing Facebook Lives than YouTube Lives, so I probably look and sound like an idiot. Anyway, so what we did for my husband's birthday was everyone, was going to contribute $20 so that we could arrange for my husband to actually get a meal delivered to his house from a restaurant that he likes called Shakey's. And I actually have a link in all of my YouTube videos if people want to do that, donate a meal to my husband or anything like that. They could send, that to my husband. So, oh, cool. Thank you, Selena. Actually, I never know who's watching if they're sighted or they're blind. So I need to remember to be extra verbal because I forget. I just assume everyone else can see what I'm doing. Isn't that awful? Like, I should know first and foremost to, describe things, to be vocal, and I don't. I'm awful. So, anyways, what he did was my one sibling, his birthday was in January, but we didn't get it all coordinated out perfectly. We were in the middle of losing our house and all of this stuff, and so we weren't able to carry out everything. And so my brother had his monetary gift to give, and so him and my mom actually discussed that. William and my mom actually discussed that they would. I'm sorry, my brain is tired. They would have my mom go to the store and pick me out some things, and it would be a surprise from William. And I was such a sap because first they gave me the card, and I just bawled at the card because that feeling of. Do you ever have the feeling like you're very alone, you're very invisible, you're all alone in the world, you constantly have to defend yourself, you constantly have to, you get very tired, you get very overwhelmed, you feel very broken. And so even just the card was enough for me to be like, oh, and I was bawling, and I don't remember all of the message, and I'm not going to show the inside. So on the card, there's actually there is writing and some decoration, and actually I can feel that, and I know somewhere there is a flower on here. Okay, I know there's a flower on there. I thought that the flower was like, I could feel it, but I can't feel it. But I know there's a flower on there. And yeah, I know, right, Selena? Actually, that's how I was attracted to my husband in the first place. He was the first person in a long time since losing my sight that I didn't feel invisible, and I was just a blind sideshow that people could just, ask questions about my blindness and never get to know me. He was like the first person in a long time who really paid attention to me in the way I needed it. And that's actually how I was attracted to him. So I'm glad others can relate, it helps you feel that. Blind Neil, hey, thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon to you too. Happy Valentine's Day. Just so everybody knows, again, here's another apology. I'm Canadian. Here's another apology. I probably will repeat some stuff throughout the live just so that people don't feel left out, so they know what I'm talking about. So I just described the card that I got from my husband. He's in the Philippines. He's not here. It's the first card or anything I've gotten since being apart, and so it just really, really, really made my day. He had asked my mom to get live sunflower. And the reason sunflowers are so special to us is that was the very first flower he had actually given me. So sunflowers are just very special to the two of us. And with everything being on lockdown this year, my mom was not able to go anywhere to get a live sunflower. And as I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I think that's a bit challenging to get that. You know what I mean? So anyways, she found these at a store, and there are 3 of them. And I told my husband, my mom actually taught this to me, when there's 3 to go, I love you. So 3 reminds you that they're you. For my blind viewers, it is in a little pot. Both my hands can fit around it. It's probably about the size of a large coffee mug. And there is, what is that stuff they put inside plants that's not dirt? Fake mossy stuff? Lillian, I know, right? Like, I love YouTubers that are for real and you can relate to them, and they share about sometimes life is hard, sometimes life sucks. And I know that doesn't sound like super encouraging or motivating, but as somebody who has to deal with issues, that's comforting to me to know that I'm not the only one, that I'm not like tripping through life. Like, this is the way life really is sometimes. So yeah. So Pete. Who's Pete? Blind Neil. I feel like I missed something. Is there a way for me to listen back to the comments? Man. Either I missed it or my computer reads it to me wrong. They put it in plant. Oh, Pete Moss. I am so sorry. You're right. You're right. I am so sorry. I forgot about that. Pete Moss. That's right. Wow, you're so smart. Selena, stuffing. Yeah, stuffing too. It is. It's like it's not real, but it you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, I have a lot of people coming in here. Jordan. Hey. Hello to all my blind Canadians. I don't know if there's that many blind Canadians that are watching. Selena, of course. If you private message my Facebook page, Your Canadian Blind Girl, that just puts us a step closer to finding each other to message. So yeah, you can definitely send a message there. I always love to be friends with people. I've met so many cool people through doing YouTube. So yeah, so the sunflower was something that my husband gave me, and my mom helped to pick stuff too because she knows what I like and don't like, and my husband does too. But remember that when I was living in the Philippines, we really did not have a lot of money that we were able to go to the stores and stuff like that, and so in that environment, and remember there's a language barrier and stuff too. So he wasn't able to get like he worked very hard at learning me, but it wasn't always super easy and convenient for him to figure out what I like and don't like. So my mom did help out with stuff like that. And so anyways, another thing, absolutely my favorite. Y'all, if I get a P.O. box, okay? If I get a P.O. box, I definitely, definitely want to get some of these because these are my absolute favorite. They are Peeps. And so my mom helped take them out. There are two colors. I believe they're both the Chick Peeps. I remember they used to have a few of different ones out. Like they had the Chicks. I always called them ducks because when I had sight, to me, they looked like ducks. Okay, so I was like, oh, these are ducks and, stuff like that. But they're actually supposed to be chicks. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, okay. I just got a notice on my thing. Okay. I have someone else who helps to take care of my YouTube channel, and I don't know what just happened. So I'm going to be talking to them because I just heard something was removed, and I don't know why. So I have a feeling I'm going to be having a conversation with that person. I don't know why that happened, and I apologize. All right. Well, that was awkward for me. Thanks. Not the person who commented. The person who helps me do my YouTube channel. All right. Another thing is this stuffed poodle. My husband had wanted my mom to pick a teddy bear, and already my husband and I picked a name for her. In case you didn't know, all the pets that we have owned always have food names. We love food. And we called this Peeps. Okay, I love Peeps. Like I just said, I love Peeps. So I actually went last week because I had a couple of people who wanted to send me some stuff for my YouTube channel, like opening for my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get a P.O. box. I went to the post office to open a P.O. box, and I found out that a P.O. box is over $100. And I was like, oh, guess I'm not doing that this month. Don't really have money for $100 just for mail, So, But anyways, yeah. So, hey, Selena, yes, definitely. Yeah. So, message me on Your Canadian Blind Girl on Facebook. And then once I have your contact, because my name is different on my personal Facebook than it is on my Facebook page, and then I can definitely hook up with you and start messaging and stuff like that. So Anthony from Third Eye Visions. Hey, thank you so much for joining. I'm just sharing about a surprise that my husband did for me for Valentine's because he's still in the Philippines. And yeah, so like I said, I'm going to re-show some of the stuff. This is actually part one because my family is actually having a family dinner together for Valentine's. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm probably going to log off, go down and have my meal with them, our meal and fellowship. We're all in the same house, so nobody freak out about lockdown restrictions, okay? So anyways, yeah, so uh and the last thing my husband got me was a heart box of chocolates. And I actually have not opened any of these because I have a lot of personal health stuff going on. It's been really hard to keep up with different things. So I'm actually on a diet plan, if you want to call that. So I actually didn't get into any of these, but I think I might, you know. So I don't tell anybody. So yeah. And anyone who's wondering, like I said, I apologize for the background. I don't like filming in my bedroom. There's a lot of interesting people on the internet, and I've had people message really weird things, and I did not know this. Did you know that if you have a YouTube channel, people can email you? I did not know that, and I am so thankful I followed the advice. I got advice before opening up my YouTube channel, and I was told have a separate email for your YouTube channel. And I just thought that, when I set that up, that, oh, that's because, if you get notifications, they don't get lost. You have them in a separate account. And I'm learning now that that was pearls of wisdom, man. Pearls of wisdom. And actually, if you go on some of my YouTube videos, this is why I have somebody helping me with my YouTube channel. I've had people be very, very negative about me being blind and marrying somebody who's fully able. I think that's crazy that we have that kind of discrimination, but that has happened. I have had people who say really crazy, disgusting things, like just whew. So I have somebody who helps to just take care of a lot of stuff like that. So if you go on some of my YouTube videos, you'll actually see there are no comments under there. And a lot of it is because those comments are actually from trolls. So that just, you know, yeah. Selena, you have a question. Okay, I'm totally open to questions. Just remember this is live, so anyone on Facebook can see it. So I don't have a problem with questions. I love questions. I will answer any questions, but I don't want make sure you're protecting yourself as well, that you're not telling people where you live or anything like that. But go ahead, ask your question. While I'm waiting for her question, I will apologize. I just realized this one day when I was doing another live. Somebody commented about I move around too much. I move around too much, apparently, or I look like I'm looking around way too much. And I think the reason for that is I can't see anything, and I think I just don't know what to do with my eyes. I actually have a ring light. So I have a ring light above my laptop. So I can see the light. I have some light perception in my right eye. And so sometimes I do get stuck. I get drawn to the light. So if I see a flicker of light from somewhere, there's light reflecting off of anything. And if I move my head and it catches my eye, I actually will get fascinated by the light. So yeah. But anyways, I was really touched by that surprise. And holidays are really, really hard for me. I know they're hard for my husband too. I deal with a lot of stuff emotionally and things like that. And so holidays for me are really, really hard. I'm that kind of person that, especially someone I get married to, like I'm bonded to that person, is my soulmate. And so now, like, any holidays that we've had in the past or the past year, there's just been so many things, just hard. And I realized, it's hard to be alone, you know. So I wanted to do a Valentine's Day live thing. I know this isn't the same as like hanging out at your house or anything like that. Yes, thank you. Yes, Jordan, that's true. It's not anyone's business. And I never feel like I don't really care what people's opinions are actually. I care about people, but I really like I don't care about people's opinions or what they think about me. But when you hear it a lot, it just affects you, you know? Like I'm not like, oh, I can't believe they don't like me. Like I could care less if people like me. I'm actually planning on doing a video of why people don't like me and why I do not care. I know, horrible video, right? I sound like a narcissist, but for me that's what it is. So Selena, I love chocolate too. I think some of my favorite chocolate is like I have a nut allergy, so I have to be a little bit careful, but I do like chocolates that actually have almonds in them and stuff like that. So I always have to be careful because I'm very allergic to pecans or pecans. It depends. Excuse me. It depends where in the world you're from. I pronounce them pecans. Some people pronounce them pecans. I just weird. But also some specialty chocolates are made with pecan oil, or pecan oil. So that's a trick for me. So and third eye vision. Baby sister. All right, baby sister. I get a lot of nicknames and stuff like that. I met Anthony from Third Eye Visions just shortly after I came back from the Philippines the first time. So I visited Philippines in January 2019. And Selena, good question. I will come right back to you. I went to the Philippines in January 2019, and when I came back, I think that summer, before I went back to the Philippines to get married, is when I met Anthony, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we did a video together talking about things and blindness from different places around the world. Because I remember I even discussed what it was like if you're a blind person in a third world country and stuff like that, because I had spent about a month in the Philippines at that point. And yeah, so Anthony was very helpful in helping me. So remember, his channel is Third Eye Visions. He's done collaborations with me. We've done things together on YouTube and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So what's been nice about that is we've actually discussed a lot of things, that has to do in the blind world, has to do with different stuff like that. He's given me a lot of help and suggestions on how to get my channel out there. So I think it's nice that we look at each other kind of like as a familiar relationship. So, like he looks at me like a sister, I look at him like a brother. You know what I mean? It just kind of works like that, if that makes sense. It's like I have a lot of people who I call them like my Facebook mom or, my internet mom, because we've never met in person. And, sometimes they want to look out for me, or they want to help support me, or they want to help take care of me. And, I joke and call them, like my Facebook mom, my internet mom. I have other people who actually they're older women, and I actually call them grandma. I call them grandma. They're not my grandma. They're not, whatever. And I call them Gma, because that's the way they act. So yeah. And then, am I completely blind? And sorry, I have to re-listen to your question. I am so sorry. I will re-listen to your question. Okay. Okay. When you have stuff organized, if you accidentally bump one thing, you knock everything down. That's just what I did. I'm like the worst blind person for being organized. I'm not even joking. Okay, so am I completely blind, and what is my condition? Okay, so I am completely blind in my left eye. I went blind in that eye first. My right eye only really has light perception, and it has to be within 4 inches. And then I can tell that there's something there, but it's so blurry I can't tell you what it is. And I have really, really thick glasses that it's still so blurry, like I wouldn't really be able to read text, but sometimes if there's music, because music is actually spread out bigger on paper than text is, so I can guess music, and I play music on different instruments for me to be able to tell you that. And actually, my condition, I have something called quinism. It's a disease, or actually, it's brain poisoning you develop from taking a medication. So I was taking a very popular medication, which I actually cannot say online because there's been such a huge debate for this. But if you actually, my YouTube channel was completely gone for 2 days after I posted a video of why I went blind or something, why I went blind or how I went blind or why I'm blind. I think that's what I called it, why I'm blind. You think I would know the title to my own videos, but the video is why I'm blind. And I actually named the medication in that video, and my YouTube channel was gone for 2 days, and I did not know why. It was just gone. It was just missing, and I could not log into it in my YouTube account. And I was like, "What in the world?" And so the person who helps take care of my channel, I think it's okay if I just use his initial, Jay. It's not Jordan. It's not Jordan Mahoney. It's somebody else. But Jay helps to take care of my channel and stuff like that. And he helped to figure out that it was because I named this medication. And right now, it's there's a lot of controversy. What is the word I'm trying to say? My brain is too tired. I probably, over the last 4 or 5 days, I probably only slept 6 hours, to be honest. So my brain is cooked. Controversy, that's the word. Haha. There's a lot of controversy over this medication right now because it's being pushed to be used with the CV virus, this pandemic. So it's being pushed for that. And it's actually, like I said, people develop, it's like a peanut allergy. Not everyone has a peanut allergy, but some do, and it's severe and they die. So it's kind of like that. I'm one of those people, and me had a very, and it's not an allergy, okay? It's not an allergic to the medication. It's, you're on it, you don't know, and like I said, it starts poisoning the brain. So actually for me, my memory is affected. Like some days I can remember everything crystal clear. Other days I have no idea what I'm doing. There's even other days I wake up and I have no memory at all. I have no memory. Sometimes I don't remember who I am, who my family is. I don't remember where I am. I don't remember my husband. So there are days I'll wake up like that. Yeah, so it's actually very, very scary, very, very crazy. And that's actually what led to my blindness. The brain poisoning affected the nerve. It didn't ruin the nerve, but yeah, it didn't really ruin the nerve or damage the nerve. It just made the nerve stop responding, and that has happened throughout my body, not just my eyes. I have, different spots on my body that I can, like for instance, the left side of my face. I had Bell's palsy one time, and I never regained some senses back. And apparently that's not Bell's palsy. Apparently you can, after years of different things, you actually can fully recover. And so we always blamed it on the Bell's palsy, but Selena, you know what? My best advice to anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel is, yeah, you know what? Before you start your channel, just think about, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about your unique story and how you get through life? Whatever you decide, you want to really focus on your niche. And I think it's great when people come on and, they are themselves. They're just being themselves. And I feel like if more people were to do that, it does help stop stigmas, because then people go online and are like, oh, I thought all blind people did this. And I'm not seeing that. All blind YouTubers are very unique. And again, you want to have a separate email for your YouTube channel. You want to, make sure everything is safe. There's a lot of really weird people. I tell people, ignore the trolls, okay? Trolls are going to trolls. Haters going to hate. You just got to ignore them. And, it can be hard. And, remember, those are people who don't even know you. So, because I know a lot of people that got started on YouTube, they were great, they had amazing messages, and then they just, I don't know, I felt like, I felt bad because I felt like they needed to prove something. And I always tell everyone, you know what? Your blindness or your story is your story. So only tell what you want to tell. If you don't want to tell it, don't tell it. That's you. And I think, it'll be amazing to see what people put out there. And as you've seen in the comments before, or even now, everyone who's commented on my channel are fellow people who have a YouTube channel. And so watch them, watch what they do. I'm not saying you copy them. Okay, no one likes it when you go and steal their lane or whatever, but you focus on your lane, you work on it, and you get to that point, and it is amazing. And you know what? I've set up a separate Facebook account for that for my channel, and people come on there, and they send me messages. We have conversations. I update people. It's really cool. So it'll be really cool, Selena. I'm sure you'll come up with an amazing idea. I'm sure you'll come up with some really cool content, and I'm excited because I feel like YouTube. I know YouTube has a lot of blind, um, like creators, but I feel like YouTube could also use so many more, right? Anyways, I know my family is getting ready for our Valentine's meal together, so I'm going to log off, but I'm thinking of doing a live part 2. I really love doing this, actually. I was really nervous because I've never done a YouTube live before. I have done a Facebook live, but I have not done a YouTube live. So this was my first live. How did I do? If you're watching this after I've ended being live, tell me what you thought. And also, like, there's going to be an hour or 2 hour break. Write in the comments down below what you would like me to talk about in the next live. So thank you guys so much for watching. Blind Neil, thank you so much. Jordan Mahoney, thank you. Third Eye Visions, awesome. And of course, Selena Music Girl, thank you so much. I love that Music Girl is in part of your title, so I'm sure you have stuff to film about music too. Even if you just love music and you don't play an instrument, that's great too, because sometimes the admirers of music know so much music history, know so much about music. It is so cool. So thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Am I done? Am I off? How do I know?